The Shell Company presents The Shell Show, starring Willie Fennell, Alan Rowe, Ken Hudson, Ruby Phillips, Robert Simmonds, Pam Corrigan, the quartet, Phil Cohen, Shell Show Orchestra, and yours truly, George Foster. Well, good evening, people, and thank you very much all. Tonight, as you know, the Shell Show is being broadcast from the Melbourne Town Hall, and to open this extra special program comes Pam Corrigan singing "You Brought a New Kind of Love to Me."
If the nightingales could sing like you, they'd sing much sweeter than they do, for you've brought a new kind of love to me. If the Sandman brought me dreams of you, I would sleep the whole night through, for you've brought a new kind of love to me. I know that you're a king, I'm a slave, but you will understand that underneath it all, I'm a maid, and you are only a man. I would work and slave the whole day through if I could hurry home to you, for you've brought a new kind of love to me. But you will understand that underneath it all, I'm a maid, and you are only a man. I would work and slave the whole day through if I could hurry home to you, for you've brought a new kind of love too. You've brought the kind of love that always thrills me. The way that you love me suits me fine.
And here comes Australia's #1 ratbag, Willie Fennell.
How are you, mate? Music, mousetrap, please. Roaming free as the breeze, watch to stop me and why I may live as I please.
Please, just a
Open.
second. Listen,
Oh.
what's all this about, Willie?
I'm singing.
But why?
Because I like to sing on account of because I'm taking lessons, that's why.
Well, who's teaching you?
Auntie Liz,
Now, what does your Auntie Liz know about music?
Mr. Frogface, I'll have you know my Auntie Liz is indirectly connected with the choir at Bullabacanka.
How do you mean she's indirectly connected?
She dusts off the organ.
Oh. For goodness sake, Willie, because your aunt dusts the organ, that's supposed to make you a singer. I'll bet you couldn't even sing the scales.
Eh?
Could you sing Tonic So Far?
Sing what?
Well, listen to this, see? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's Tonic So Far.
Sounds chronic so far.
Now, just a minute, Willie. I do know a little about singing, you know. You heard me sing at the town hall before the broadcast started. I mean, that's...
Yeah, you nearly sang.
Sabotaged,
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, I'll tell you this. If I could have sung here tonight, my voice would have filled the hall.
Yeah, and to make room for it, half the mob would have gone out.
I'll have you know, Willie, that I've been told many times that I have a completely singular voice.
Lucky it ain't plural.
Look, the trouble with you, Willie, is that you're jealous. Listen to this, will you? Just listen to this note.
Oh, just like crook beer.
do you mean, like crook beer?
Your pipes are dirty.
Yes, well, I'll guarantee you've never had fan letters about your singing, brother. I received a fan letter only this afternoon. Would you like me to read it to you?
Yeah, go on. Show off.
Yeah, well, here it is, right here. It's from a Mrs. Murphy. It starts off, "My dearest Mr. Foster."
Blimey, that's a bit odd, ain't it?
What do you mean? "My dearest Mr. Foster," see?
Yeah.
Having heard you sing many times in the Shell Show, I can only say that your voice sends me.
Well, that ain't good if it sends her.
Chills and thrills run up and down my spine every time your lilting tones come over the ether.
The ether? Oh, well, that accounts for it.
What do you mean it accounts for what?
Well, that's what she wrote coming out of the chloroform.
Listen, will you be quiet?
Yeah.
She says, "Keep up the good work, George, and remember that I am your sincerest fan." Signed, Margaret Murphy. Well, Willie, what do you think of that?
As far as I'm concerned, you can stick it in Mrs. Murphy's chowder.
Now, come on, Willie, be fair. You must admit that she's a fan, a real fan, you know.
Yeah, full of wind.
Yeah, well, I like that. If you had any kind of voice yourself, you wouldn't be so jealous.
Yeah.
Yes, I suppose you'd like to take Robert Simmonds' place in the Shell Show.
Yeah, listen, mate, if he was here tonight, Robert Simmonds, I'd challenge him to a contest.
Yes, well, it just so happens that Bob is here tonight, too.
Eh? Oh, yeah, well, some other time when he's not so busy.
I don't think he's very busy. Hey, Bob Simmonds.
I've got a bit of a sore throat tonight, Mr. Frog.
Never mind about your sore throat. Here comes Bob now. Come over here, Bob.
What's the trouble, George?
Well, Willie Fennell wants you to challenge you to a singing contest.
Sounds interesting. Would you like to make a bet on it, Willie?
I'll bet you any money I've got.
How much?
Nothing. Come in.
Now, come on now, Willie. You'll have to lay a bet.
Eh?
I said you'll have to lay a bet.
I'll probably lay an egg.
Well, I'll be the judge, and you can count on me, Willie, to be completely impartial.
Yeah, and not only that, you're not to be on his side.
Well, first of all, I'd like to hear each of you sing one note. You first, Bob.
All right, George. Oh! Hey, wait a minute. What's the idea of looking down my throat?
I'd like to see you clacker wobble.
Well, we'll have that note again, Bob, if you don't mind.
She's my Lily and I'm her Willie.
Oh, will you be quiet? Be quiet. Thank you very much, Bob. Now it's your turn, Willie, to sing a note. Go on. Listen, I said one note.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, that's it.
Oh, that's beautiful, isn't
Yeah.
it? All right, I think we'd better each try to sing a song. Right, Bob?
Right.
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 Right. Your turn, Mr. Simmonds.
Will you be quiet?
Right.
Well, thank you, Bob. Your song, if you please.
Oh, give me a home.
You got no hope of getting one, son. I've tried.
Listen. Will you keep out of this, please? Again, please, Bob.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam.
They ruin your carpets.
Where the deer and the antelope play.
He wants a cave at the zoo.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Melbourne's out.
I'm a home on the range, where the deer...
Hey, what did one deer say to the other deer?
I don't know.
Do you think it'll rain deer?
I've had enough. I'm not going to sing anymore.
Yes, and I don't blame you either, Bob.
No.
However, that was very nice, Bobby Simmonds. No thanks to you, Willie.
No.
Well, go on, smart Alex. See if you can do any better. Go on.
Righto, here I go. Goodbye, little yellow bird. I'm going to leave you now.
Good.
I love you, little purple bird.
Wait a minute.
Eh?
What? I thought you said he was yellow.
He was.
Then why does he suddenly change to purple?
He's cold. I love you, little
That's
yellow...
enough. That's enough. I've decided who's the winner.
Yeah, but it ain't fair. You're on his side.
All right, I'll put it to the members of the orchestra. Now, all those in favor of Bob Simmonds, boys, singing Home on the Range. Hooray! And those in favor of Willie singing about the bird? Ah, well, there's no doubt about it. Bob Simmonds wins.
Yeah, he wins, but what do I care? I was luckier than him.
How do you mean you were luckier?
Well, did he get his home on the range?
No.
No, well, I got the bird.
Phil Cohen and the Shell Show Orchestra now, and that lovely number, Our Waltz.
No matter whether you live in a bustling city or a quiet country town, whether you drive in busy streets or open highways, every day you see evidence of careless driving. Whether the accidents involve people or only mean a couple of crumpled mudguards, most of them are avoidable. You, as a driver of a motor vehicle, must do your utmost to prevent these daily happenings. Be a Share the Roader and drive with care and courtesy. Become a member of the Share the Road movement. Be recognized as a sensible driver. Put the Share the Road symbol on your car and drive for safety. The Share the Road symbol is seen in every state of Australia. Make sure you get yours now.
One of the most gay and delightful songs ever written is La Danza. And to sing it for you, here is Shell Show baritone, Robert Simmonds.
La luna luna mezzo il mare, mamma mia, si salterà. L'ora bella per pensare che la morte mancherà. Giallo luna mezzo il mare, mamma mia, si salterà. L'ora bella per pensare che la morte mancherà. Giallo luna mezzo il mare, mamma mia, si salterà. Resta in danza, tonda, tonda, donna mia, vanita tua. Un gazon veloce conta e tu scuola toccherà. In cielo la stella e la luna si metterà. Il più bel con la più bella tutta notte danzerà. Mamma mia, già la luna mette il mare. Mamma mia, si salterà. Brinche, 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 mamma mia, si salterà. Brinche, 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 mamma mia, si salterà. La 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 ogni coppia cerca, già s'avanza, si rigira e la solta tornerà. Salta, si rigira, ogni coppia cerca, già s'avanza, si rigira e la solta tornerà. Già s'avanza, si rigira e la solta tornerà. Serra, colla bionda, colla bruna, bacala, colla rossa, va seconda, colla sporca, ferma sta. Viva il ballo, canta, sono un re, sono un fascia. Il più bel piccel da mondo, la più cara e valuta. Mamma mia, mezzo il mare. Mamma mia, si salderà. Brinche, 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 mamma mia, si salderà. Brinche, 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 mamma mia, si salderà. La 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 la
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to make a special announcement. It's my pleasure to introduce to you one of the big stars of the Shell Show, a man who is loved and admired by millions. Not only a good fellow, but a great artist. And here I am, Val Colburn.
Hey, wait a minute. What kind of a trick is that? I went to all the trouble of writing that introduction for myself, and you go and use it.
Well,
that's
George, I
double
was
crossing.
tempted. George, I'm sorry. Seeing this big crowd in the Melbourne town hall tonight, well, something just went to my head.
Yeah, I can understand that. There's nothing in your head to stop it. Well, I'll forgive you, Val, this once, but now, if you'll pardon me, ladies and gentlemen, I now intend to tell a few very funny stories. Now, this afternoon, a very funny thing happened to me. I was asked by the Red Cross to conduct a public auction sale for a large bullock which someone had kindly donated. Now, this was a very large beast. In fact, it must have weighed 2,000 pounds.
That's a lot of bull.
What's happened to this man tonight? Look, will you stick to your commercials, Val? Fancy cracking an old corny gag like that. That's a lot of bull. Well, ladies and gentlemen, to continue this humorous story, this afternoon, as I was saying...
George, can I see you?
Oh, gosh, it's Ruby Phillips.
George, have a look at me. Have a look at me in my new gown. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's very nice. That's what they call the new look, isn't it?
Yes, but it still gives you the old idea, doesn't it?
You know, Ruby, on behalf of men, I would like to say that in future, if the girls are going to wear the new look, all the men will wear monocles.
But why, George? Why should men start wearing monocles just because of the new look?
Well, these days, a man can see all he wants to with one eye.
Oh, gosh. Gosh, I'm thrilled to be in the Melbourne Town Hall tonight.
Yes, and by the way, Ruby,
Yes?
the Lord Mayor came and shook hands with him, dear. You didn't have to kiss him.
Listen, you say hello your way, and I'll say hello mine.
All right, what's done is done. But when we leave the town hall tonight, things are going to be different.
Okay, I'll shake hands with the Lord Mayor and you kiss him.
Ruby, I didn't mean that at all.
Anyway, George, after the show tonight, we're all going to my place for a chicken supper.
A chicken supper? Oh, no
Yeah.
thanks. No, I was at your party last time you served a chicken supper. I didn't like the way you served it.
Why, what was wrong with the way I served the chicken? I just made a little game out of it called Childhood Ambitions.
Yeah, I know. According to your childhood ambitions, you were served with a portion of the chicken.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alan Rowe wanted to be an aeroplane pilot when he was a kid, so he got the wings.
Yes.
And Phil Cohen wanted to be a drummer as a small boy, so he got the drumstick.
Yes.
George, why didn't you want any chicken?
Well, I'll tell you, Ruby, when I was a small boy,
Yes, what was your ambition, George?
I wanted to be a dead-end kid. No, thanks, Ruby, all the same. I won't be at your party tonight.
But Georgie, Alan Rowe and myself killed the chicken this morning especially.
What, it took two of you to do it?
Well, no, not really, but you see, we're too kind-hearted to kill a chicken by chopping its head off.
Well, what did you do?
We beat it to death in a badminton game.
You killed it in a badminton game. Well, that settles it. I'm definitely not coming to your chicken supper.
Oh, why not?
I don't want the part that went over the net last.
All right. Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, a little song from myself.
Now, wait a minute, Ruby. I don't listen.
I'll be coming round the mountain when I come. I'll be coming round the mountain when I come. I'll be coming round the mountain. I'll be coming round the mountain. I'll be coming round the mountain when I come.
Oh, boys! Set the bear trap. We'll get her on the next time round. Ruby, please, before you interrupted me, I was telling the ladies and gentlemen in the Melbourne Town Hall tonight about a very amusing incident which occurred this afternoon.
Yeah?
I was conducting an auction sale for the Red Cross. Well, I had to auction a very large bullock. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this bullock must have weighed 2,000 pounds.
How much?
2,000 pounds. Well,
That's a lot of bull.
oh, Ruby, when you cut it out, I just went mad on Val Carbon for saying the same thing. Honestly, Ruby, I'm ashamed of you. That's one of the oldest jokes that there is.
Well, how old is it?
Well, I don't know, but look, I'll tell you. A long time ago, when I was in vaudeville, I sent an old suit of mine to the Melbourne Winter Relief, and that joke was in the pocket of the suit.
But, George, 2 weeks ago, I heard that gag on Mike Connor's session.
Well, how do you like that? He's worn out the suit, but he's still using the jokes.
George, look, I'm terribly worried about Alan Rowe. He said he'd mix the drinks for tonight's party, and he hasn't arrived yet.
What, you think he might be sampling his own concoctions?
Yes. Oh, thank heavens! Here he is now. He's coming. Alan Rowe, where have you been?
Oh, there you are, my little buttercup. I haven't seen you for days.
Ah! Oh, I've been getting round.
Yes, but you've been getting round in the wrong places.
As compared to the show, where have you been tonight, Alan?
Well, as true as anything, I've been finding out how to kill a chicken.
And have you found out?
Yes. All you got to do to kill a chicken painlessly is to give it a bottle of whiskey.
Give it a bottle of whiskey.
Yes. Let it hiccup itself to death. The poor little chicken, though, when you chop its head off, everybody's happy but the poor little chicken.
Alan, you're crying.
Yeah, but I can't help it.
Now, but stop splashing my new dinner suit, will you, please?
But when I have a party, George, everybody should be happy, including the poor little chicken.
But now that's ridiculous. Supposing you kill a chicken by giving it a bottle of whiskey, what good's that going to do the chicken? Its body will still be on the table.
Yes, but its head'll be up the backyard smiling.
Now, will you let me get on with the story of mine, please? You see, to continue, ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon I was auctioning a very large bullock for the Red Cross. It was a very large bullock indeed.
Yes, how big was the bullock?
Well, it weighed about 2,000 pounds.
That's a lot of bull.
Look, Alan, will you keep quiet, please? That gag's been pulled 3 times tonight. Honestly, I've never met a team of such corny gag pullers in all my life.
Oh, I object to that. Ruby, you tell him that joke I made up the other day.
Now you made it up and you can have it.
All right. How's this for a gag? It's a riddle. Would you like to hear it?
No.
Good, then here it is. Now, if the Commissioner of Taxation and the Prices Commissioner went fishing in a boat and the boat capsized, who'd be saved?
Well, I don't know. Who'd be safe?
Australia.
Look, Alan, that's the finish. Everybody's telling jokes and I haven't even started. Where was I? Oh, yes. I was auctioning a bullock today, lady.
George, oh my goodness, oh, George.
Yeah, Ruby, what's the matter with you? You sick?
No, but look, George, the sponsor is coming onto the stage.
What, Mr. Shell?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Quick, start filling up your cigarette lighters. Quick.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr.
Shell.
How's the show going tonight?
Oh, the same as usual.
Oh, still frowsy. Well, what do you three people do in the show?
Oh, yes. Well, Mr. Shell, allow me. This is Ruby Phillips, Mr. Shell. She's a comedian. And...
Well, she's got a funny-looking face at any rate.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Shell.
Yes, and I'm Alan Rowe, Mr. Shell. I kill chickens. I mean, that is, well, I collect me check every Friday.
And you?
You mean?
Yes, what do you do?
I sort of tell funny stories, Miss.
All right, then tell me one. Make me laugh.
Yes, it's going to be easy, isn't it? Yes, well... Oh, you like this story, Mr. Shell. It's a beauty. This afternoon, I was asked to auction a bullock, you see. Oh, you'll die laughing at this, Mr. Shell, really. Well, this bullock was a very big beast, and it must have weighed at least 2,000 pounds.
How much?
2,000 pounds.
Oh, that's a lot of bull.
Oh, what a wonderful gag, Mr. Shell. What a sense of humor you've got. Oh, that was a terrific... Oh, subtle. Timing was terrific. Congratulations.
You think
Mr.
so?
Oh,
Good.
marvelous, yes.
Well, don't let me interrupt the show in any way. You just carry on with whatever you're going to do.
Yes, well, right here, Mr. Shell, the three of us were going to sing about radio business.
Then go on. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, thank you. The microphones, producers, the scripts and the themes, the red light on to signal time to go. The sponsors, the actors, revolver shots, screams, the censor who can only answer no. They're part and parcel of a broadcast show. And there's one thing we can say of radio. There's no business like radio business. It's like no business I know.
Everything about it is so hazy.
Everybody's always on the go.
It's not a job for anyone who's lazy, but if you're crazy, well, you'll do Joe. There's no people like radio people, though they make lots of dough.
Trying to please a sponsor doesn't make you glad.
Although pleasing a sponsor wouldn't be so bad.
But you've got to please his wife, his kids, and bum and his dad before he'll go on with the show. There's no business like radio business. It's like no business I know.
Selling soap and pills and oil and toothpaste.
Telling listeners that they've got B.O.
Saying that their skill is dull and dingy, or that they're bingy, it shouldn't show. There's no people like radio people that give anything a go.
For years and years, producers might have looked so bored.
When you've done your best and you felt so flawed.
The next day they come and hand you the Macquarie Award, and they say, a very good show. There's no business like radio business. It's like no business I know.
The moments when you've really felt inspired.
Or the memory of a gag which didn't go.
All the times when the bosses yelled out fired. Why were you hired? I'd like to know. But there's no business like radio business. And when you feel low,
Something seems to happen which can make you grin.
like a little fan mail letter, a listener writes in, and it makes you feel that radio's the game to be in. And so you go on with the show. Yes, you go on with the show. Well, people, there's the theme that means au revoir till we meet again 1 week from tonight. And here's hoping that you've enjoyed the special Melbourne Town Hall Red Cross broadcast of The Shell Show, which was produced by Harper Wilson for the Shell Company with the cooperation of the Macquarie Broadcasting Network. Good night, and remember, in the words of Willie Fennell,
You can always be sure of Shell